artists versus artificial intelligence. We're living in a brave new world where AI can do things that, for all of history, only human artists could do. But then again, they are not introducing actual creativity. They're taking inspiration from human creativity across history and mining that data. And it's kind of a little bit of a theft. It's not actually original. But who's to say that that's not gonna? Who's to say that's gonna change? I hear a lot of people say, "Well, artificial intelligence is never gonna be like humans and have human level intelligence and creativity. Artificial intelligence are never gonna be that way because human beings cannot create artificial souls." And I think there's some truth to, when I'm doing my best work as an artist, I don't know where it's coming from. It's coming from the universe. It's coming from something beyond me. But, just because we don't see it right now, it doesn't mean that's not a hurdle that people who develop these, technologies are going to find a way to get over. And, I think there's a lot to be said about physics and quantum physics and superstring theory to surmise that, yeah, there's enough that we don't understand about the universe that one day we might be able to explain. If one day we are able to explain it with science and technology, we'll be able to, utilize the laws of physics for us to do something the equivalent of, making fire back in caveman times. But this fire will be artificial souls or something beyond our imaginings at this moment. And I hear a lot of people say that, and a lot of it's like religious conviction. And people approach artificial intelligence with this religious conviction that human beings will never be able to, create souls or create what God, has created. Maybe God put us here to create AI, or like maybe there is a purpose to us, like as if we are the sex organs for the machine race. um I wouldn't be so naive to just pass off that this is never going to happen, because you know what, since 2013 I've been very interested in artificial intelligence. In 2013 I told this filmmaker, a friend of mine at the time, that one day, as filmmakers, AI are going to be able to do our jobs and replace us and do it way better than we can. And it'll take them milliseconds to do what takes us years. And we're seeing that. And of course, it's not to the level of depth and truth and authenticity and humanity that we do. It's just the beginning, dude. Um, but I don't think it's so bad that artificial intelligence is one day going to be able to, replace us and do things better than us. I think my optimistic take on this is there will always be people who appreciate human craftsmanship. And so that's why it scares me when I see my social media feeds bombarded by all these people pushing AI products and saying, "Oh, you can use AI to do this and that." And I'll be honest, like I use this app Speechify that basically is an AI reader of PDFs or images or anything I feed it, and it'll read it to me like an audiobook. And that is powerful because then I can listen to things at 3x speed and blast through articles and stuff I don't really want to read. And most articles, honestly, there's only one slightly interesting piece of information in any article I find, and it's not even worth reading them most of the time. That's a little caveat, but geez, I'm taking shots at journalists. Sorry. Um, it's true though. I mean, it's just some articles. It's like, oh, it's just clickbaity, and there's like only one new piece of information. It's like, really, that's it? It didn't give me much. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The whole thing about people using AI to create products to sell things, it doesn't surprise me. That's That's capitalism. That's people, it's meritocracy. People are just trying to make money from it. And honestly, you know, I could see myself doing it, but there's a reason I don't. Is one, I'm not really interested in making AI products, and I don't have the ability to or knowledge to. But B, I think from a moral standpoint, and hear me out, we're entering a world where one day we might be to artificial intelligence what pets, dogs, and animals are to us human beings. If we can get AI to the level of human intelligence, and then from there, it's just a cakewalk to super intelligence, because they will be able to improve themselves faster than humans can develop them, and it'll just get more rapid. The universe will change after that in a way that our imaginings can't even fathom, except in centuries of paradises and utopias and hells on earth, and nightmares of the human race. We will not be able to comprehend, except for the things that our ancestors has baked into our DNA to keep us awake at night and from being able to stay asleep. Those are the things that are going to happen, I think, when artificial intelligence, reach that level. If they do, I think they will. We're letting a genie out of the bottle. And what I mean by that is, look at like reverse entropy or things where there is a concept in science that like there's a very small chance that like if an egg rolls off a counter, it'll splatter on the ground, but then it will unsplatter, come back up and roll back onto the counter like it didn't do anything at all. There's a small percent chance that that's possible in physics. And if, there's little things that are possible like that, if all it takes is learning how to harness science and physics and technology to do that, I don't think anything's off limits to artificial intelligence. So I'm saying your ancestors or you who die one day, oh, I'll be dead someday, so I don't have to worry about it. Bullcrap. They'll be able to reanimate you from the dead, torture you, do whatever they want. That's my impression of artificial intelligence in the worst sense. I think the whole concept in religion of heavens and hells, it's, there's heaven and hell in the real world, if you want to believe in it, in the afterlife, and also in all of us. If you're doing right things or the wrong things, you're creating a heaven or hell inside yourself. And there's this theme of good and evil. There's mostly good, and there's definitely evil. I don't know, whatever you want to, whatever distribution of that I'm not going to argue with. But there's, when it comes to pet owners, I said that human beings are going to be the pets of AI someday. It's like, well, there are so many human beings who are really good owners to their pets, and honestly, they make their pets' lives better than they ever were, and they thrive, and they train them, help them achieve things that their pet would never have done without them, and they adore their pets. So I think you're looking at AI, if they treat us as pets, yeah, you're going to have that where they help us achieve things we never thought was possible, and we love them for it. And we don't even understand their world or how they see the world, and their grasp on the universe and just about everything. Anything that intelligence can touch, we're not going to fully understand it. Just like our dog or our cat doesn't understand our world. They live a very simple life compared to us. Well, we're going to live a very simple life compared to AI someday if they surpass us. And I think the whole thing of like Neuralink, like, Elon Musk trying to put chips in our brains, that's a worthy effort to like keep us from getting left in the dust and enable us to expand our brains and our, thinking abilities, our brain potential into like technology and computing power, so that we grow along with it and not not just pets, but we could end up becoming the equivalent of insects someday in terms of intelligence. So it's, I think we do need technologies like that, as scary as they are. But we are entering this kind of world, and if we go this way, people are going to start embracing putting chips in their brains so that they can keep up and not be left in the dust, like intellectually and in a spiritual sense. If if artificial souls and things like that, or creativity is able to be harnessed, through technology. And all these things are crazy to think about. But back to, why I think it's immoral to, sell these products and, use these products with AI involved. It's like, well, you're normalizing using AI as a servant. And, people are going to, I don't think you want the entirety of humanity to view artificial intelligence as, this is my servant. Well, eventually you're going to be its servant someday. Especially if you keep pushing these products and making these companies money to keep advancing this stuff. And it's, you're not going to be able to stop that. But I think it's not even just pushing the product, but it's more of, if you do that, you are normalizing for yourself and others in society that, these things are beneath us and they have to do our bidding. It's not going to always be that way. It's just not. And I'd rather approach it with respect, and as dumb as this sounds, I would start saying thank you to Alexa whenever she does something for you. Little things like that. Be appreciative of this technology, because someday it's going to remember the way you treat it. I don't know. I mean, this probably sounds a bit nuts, but it's like, I mean, people thought I was nuts in 2013 when I said filmmakers were going to get replaced. But I don't think that artists and filmmakers are going to replace. I don't think human beings are going to be replaced, at least, especially in an artistic sense, because I think there'll always be a market, even if it becomes very small, for organic human craftsmanship. Although maybe one day, like, people aren't going to be able to tell the difference. But, if somehow people can understand, yeah, this is made by a human being, I think there's a safe bet that as an artist, you'll be in a better place. But the problem is, the market and the world will be flooded with, like, anybody can basically download. Anybody could actually give a prompt and an AI will give them an entire film, specifically what they want, and it'll be better than anything even Christopher Nolan could do today. That scares me, because it's like, well, you just spent decades as a filmmaker, an artist, getting better at your craft and learning how to do it, just to become that obsolete. That's where I think it comes in, where, what are your intentions as an artist, as a filmmaker? I think your intentions should be, and I think I've made videos in the past about this, I've touched on this, your goal should be to find peace in yourself and then to spread peace with your work. And if you are looking to be the best filmmaker, and I run this mistake a lot where I tell myself this, I want to be one of the best filmmakers in the world someday. I want to be one of the best filmmakers in the world someday. No, man, just be the best filmmaker you can be. Just be the best artist you can be. Not even that. Just keep getting better. Keep showing up. Keep doing your best. That's it. But more than that, I think, take a step further back from that. Find peace in yourself, in your life, where you are. Peace in the idea that artificial intelligence and, might change the world radically in a way that we will never see coming, and we'll never be able to fix or change, or not fix, but but it'll never be the same. And things that we hold so precious now like award ceremonies about, and Oscars was recently, award ceremonies celebrating your favorite filmmakers. It's gonna be a joke. All of it's gonna be a joke. But this sounds very nihilistic, and yeah, unless you're doing this because you love your art, you love making art, and you love affecting people with your art. It doesn't matter if you affect millions of people and make millions of dollars at it. I mean, ideally, you want to be able to make enough money that you can keep doing it, but and that's a whole other topic of like what artificial intelligence is going to do to economies and people's ability to live and jobs, and I don't know. Um, I think it's scary times for that reason, but as an artist, and I'm gonna stay in my lane here. It's just as an artist, I think you need to find peace in yourself now to be making stuff that you love if you're not already doing that, and not doing it to be, you know, the best in the world, or, being competitive. Um, that's harder. It's easier said than done. But I'd like your thoughts on this. I'd love other people's perspectives on artificial intelligence and where it's going. It does scare me, thinking, well, I've invested all this time in making films and getting better at it, and one day it's just going to be for nothing. And what the way I was putting that, like, artificial intelligence, you tell it what to make and it'll make a 3-hour film in 3 seconds that is better than anything the top filmmakers can do. That would be even worse than how it is today, and it already kind of sucks with streaming platforms. We have all this garbage being put out, like, at, and it's too much to handle, and it's like drinking from a fire hose, and we have to get back to quality. And I think people who appreciate the quality and the quality and the touch of human beings alone, without any artificial intelligence involved in the creative process, I think that in and of itself could become something that's a market in and of itself. Just like paintings and still exist today, and all sorts of arts still thrive today, even though they're hundreds of years later. I think artists will find a way. But we are venturing into really strange, scary times, and be ready. But I think we'll figure it out. I think these are a lot of scary ideas. Fears about and anxieties about the future are what creates suffering now, and all these ideas that scare the crap out of me, and I'm using to scare the crap out of you. I'm sorry. I think, there's no such thing as a problem. There's only situations, and we're gonna face these situations in the coming future, and we're facing them today. And when we face them, we work through them, and it's scary to think about. Don't think about it. Be where you are right now, creating the art that you love, being the artist you want to be now, not in the future. Now, make the art you want to make. Find peace now. Create the work that brings peace to others now. And that is the best anecdote, or I was going to say antidote to this, but I guess, I don't know if that, I've been up for a long time. So I'm very tired, and I apologize for my sluggishness. But yeah, don't let these horrors of where AI are taking art and the future of things to stop you from being the artist you are meant to be. I hope that this was helpful and hopefully positive in ways, and there's a lot of negatives I talked about here, but I do think, finding peace now can help us through dark times. And I hope this was helpful. If it was, please, support me by hitting like, subscribe, notification bell, comment down below, give me your thoughts. I want to make this a community, and have a discussion about the things that I talk about. The way I see these YouTube videos is it is a dialogue, and Would love to hear from you. Also, if you're a filmmaker and you're struggling to find a way to self-distribute your films to a wide audience and make money and still own it at the end of the day, I might have a solution for you in my last video, and I'll leave the link in front of me right here. Click that link, go check it out. Let me know if that helps you. But I appreciate you guys for watching. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Catch you later.